On this week's episode of Bungalower on the Bus, we are hanging out at Brewlando.
Yeah, with our friends Jeff and Victoria. We're going to learn all about Science on Tap.
Yes, you don't want to miss it.
Nope, and we're drinking some great beer.
Beer!
If you need someone to call on, babe, I'm good. If you need someone who'll fail you now, I'm good. Oh yeah, I'm good. Someone to stand up.
Welcome to Bungalower and the Bus. I am the bus, John Busdeker.
And I'm the foam on your beer, Brendan O'Connor from Bungalower.com.
Sometimes I get that foam on my mustache.
On your mustache? It makes a little mustache? A moustache.
Is that your foam on my mustache?
Yeah, well, we won't dive into that any more than we already have. Here on Bungalower on the Bus, we talk about all the top headlines in Orlando's downtown bungalow neighborhoods.
And we are nowhere close to downtown.
I
today.
actually don't know where we are. Are we in Belle Isle? Are we in the county? Where are we?
I think we're in the county, but we could be in Belle Isle. I think we're in the county.
Okay, we're at Brewlando, which is one of the highlighted beers at the upcoming Science on Tap Beer Festival at the Science Center. And here to talk about it, it's our friend Jeff.
What's up, Jeff?
Hey, good to be here. Thanks, guys.
We don't want to give them your last name in case they find you
Well,
on the
that's
socials.
good. Anonymity is my strength.
It is. Jeff,
Which is helpful in a marketing guy.
Jeff,
Wait-
why don't you tell us all about the
Yes.
festival this weekend?
Yes, this is a great event. It benefits Orlando Science Center. It is Science on Tap. It's an outdoor beer fest in Lock Haven Park from 1 to 4 on January 20th is coming Saturday. We got 30 breweries sampling some awesome stuff. We've got food trucks, music. But what's also really cool about this is we've got some science going on. We've got some hands-on activities. Come down and bring your kids. We got some lawn games going on, giant foam explosions.
you could bring your
So,
kids, but keep them
full
away
day.
from me because
Yeah,
I'll be at
full
the beer
day.
festival having fun.
Well, there you go. It's a little something for everybody.
What sort of science is involved with
Yeah.
drinking beers?
I'll tell you what, man. Beer is a science that you drink.
All right.
Oh,
There
that sounds
is-
like what you tell the officer when he
Yes.
pulls you over.
Yes.
Beer is a science,
Yeah.
officer.
Yes, and you can experiment.
what were
all
you
you
doing
want
earlier?
on
Why?
Saturday.
You know why I'm pulling you over?
I'm
I
doing
was
a
doing
sci-
science.
I was doing a science
I was doing
experiment.
science.
But there is so much science going on in how beer is made in terms of brewing and the yeast and the enzymes and the chemical reactions that create beer. And so
Sexy.
we're going to have some cool folks explaining that kind of thing.
Okay.
Plus, my team is out there in Lock Haven Park, and we're doing all kinds of fun hands-on science stuff, stomp rockets, doing experiments, going to do giant foam explosions. Everybody loves to see stuff blow up.
Oh yeah,
I do.
So
Yeah.
it'll be some fun things. So it's not your typical
Emotionally.
beer fest.
And we should say, Jeff, you work at the Science Center.
Yes.
Yeah, you've
Full
worked there for a long
disclosure.
time. Yeah,
Full
yeah.
disclosure. I do work at Orlando Science.
And
And the
this
beer
is-
festival's kind of your baby, isn't
Yeah,
it?
this isn't
Yeah.
the first year they've done.
No, this is the third year we've done it. This is a fundraiser for our outreach programs, promoting our mission of inspiring science learning for life. And what we do at Orlando Science Center is we try to explore how science affects you every day, right? And try to take the things that you enjoy and attach the science to that. So we have done, this is Science of Beer. We've also have Science of Wine. We have done, exhibits showing the science in guitars, the science behind Star Wars. We kind of just explore all that cool stuff and show you where the science is in it.
Are you guys aren't affiliated with that Enzian series, the science series there? are
We
you?
have been a guest speaker in that series.
All right, great. Well, we won't need to talk about it then.
So wait, where can people get tickets and where can they
Yeah.
go for info?
All right, you want to go to the Orlando Science Center website, osc.org. Science on Tap is right on the front page, but you can also go to osc.org/Science on Tap. But go to our website, buy tickets there on the Science on Tap page on osc.org.
And Bungalower Buddy members have an email in their inbox and they get a little discount.
If you are a Bungalower buddy, you get $10 off the general admission.
Amazing.
So when
That's
you're
a good
buying
deal.
that ticket and you click
It's a whole
buy
other beer.
tickets, go to the point that says promo code at the top and enter Bungalower 50 to get your discount.
There
I
you
got a
go.
question. I got a question. When I go to this beer festival, and I'm going to try to be there on Saturday, Do I have to buy beers, or is it all included when I buy
It's
a ticket?
all included.
Nice.
You buy a ticket, you
Good.
get access to as many samples as you
Good.
want.
Yeah,
Good
they're
deal.
not
Only
tiny
extra charge-
samples either. They're
Yeah, they're nice little. They're nice samples.
Yeah.
and get as many as you want.
they're not
The
like
only-
urine sample cups.
No,
They're like,
that's a
like the
totally
beers.
different.
They're like
event.
stool
Yeah.
sample cups,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we do that
totally
after.
different
That's
event.
the after party.
Yeah. But the only extra charge is food. We've got cholo dogs and Red Panda. A lot of
Red
cool,
Panda noodles.
Yes, a lot of cool food trucks.
Wow, you actually get discounts at those trucks with your Bungalower Buddy keychain too.
What's
Well,
up
there
to
you
that?
go.
Oh, okay, all right,
And then
yeah.
the event is sponsored by Land Rover, and they are doing a register to win an all-expenses paid trip to Vermont for a Land Rover experience. That's worth the price of the ticket in
That's
itself.
crazy.
Yes.
Actually, when I first got your email about that, I thought, is Jeff giving away a Land Rover? A beer event? How do we get it home
Well,
if I drank
you
too
never
much?
know what you're going to experience at a science center.
At the Science
event,
Center. It's
so.
one of my favorite beer festivals. I love the venue. Like, Lock Haven Park is just beautiful. With all the trees and things. It's fun to just be able to walk around in the grass with your friends and have some good cheeky pints.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. We'll
This
talk about it
Saturday.
again. This Saturday, be there, be square. I'm going to be there. Mike, you're going to be there too. Mike's our strategic partnerships director. I got to, reclaim his time and say his full job duty. Are you going to be there?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna bike over there.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best thing to do.
Yeah,
because
totally.
you can run out of parking spots. So if you might as well bike, and then you'll be less likely to get pulled over after you have too many beers.
And again, it's all science.
Science,
Science officer.
It blinded me with science. That's what you could say if you
Science
if you
officer.
crash into something. You say, I got blinded with beer science. You guys want to talk about news?
Sure.
Want to do that?
Sure.
Jeff, you want to stick around and talk news with us?
Give it a shot.
If
All
you're,
right.
the safe word's pineapple. It's
You gotta
ongoing.
go.
Yeah, if
You're
you're
like, I'm
if
not
you're
talking
I'm
about
not
that.
comfortable with this
Not trying
topic.
to lose our funding over
Pineapple it
this
is.
podcast. I
Uh,
don't want to upset the grant writers.
Orlando City Soccer unveiled a new name for their stadium.
Yeah, did you actually go to this event? Or
I
you
was
just-
supposed to, but didn't happen. Yesterday
No.
was Scotty's birthday.
It was. It was.
Happy
I was
birthday,
there.
Scotty.
57.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're gonna be 57 one day.
Probably not.
No, you don't think you're gonna make it? You're not gonna make it that far?
Yeah, let's be honest.
All right. I think you will.
Yeah, I think I'm a couple tacos away from not being
Just
around.
keeling over.
Yeah, you never know. I'm trying
Finally,
to
I
walk
can have
more.
my own show.
Well, there then. Coming next week. The
Coming
bus.
next-
Yeah.
the just the bus.
Just the bus.
Get on
Up
the
on
bus.
the bus. Yeah, I like that. It's called Enter & Co.
This is the new stadium.
Enter,
name.
yeah, not not the new
Doesn't-
podcast
I mean,
title.
All right. Enter and Co.
Enter & Co. Stadium. It's named after a Brazilian financial institution that is very embedded in Latin American soccer.
Okay.
They sponsor, I want to say, a couple of other teams and another stadium.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I'm sure they're trying to get their foot in the door of America. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and then also now they're like the official bank of Orlando City Soccer, and they have a lot of Brazilian players.
You a big soccer guy, Jeff?
Oh,
that's a no.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
Have you gone to a game?
What's that?
Have you gone to a game?
I have gone to a game. They are
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
They are
They
a lot
are
of
fun.
fun.
Even if you're not a huge soccer fan, they're
I
a
do
fun
like Ted
time.
Lasso. Does that count?
Love
Sure,
Ted
all right,
Lasso.
everything
okay.
counts.
Who's your
All right.
favorite character on Ted Lasso?
Oh, I like Ted.
You do?
Ted is a warrior for positivity.
Uh-huh. I
So,
like that. His whole goldfish thing.
Yes.
Yeah, be a goldfish. You know what we're talking about, John?
I haven't watched it yet.
That's crazy.
I'm a little behind. I don't have Apple Plus.
All right. Well,
You're
you
still
got,
watching Game
you
of
got
Thrones,
3
aren't you?
seasons to
Yeah,
catch
yeah,
up on.
yeah. Anyway, back to the stadium. What do
Yeah,
you think? What do
Enter
you
and
think?
Co.
Does it matter? Do you care?
I do care. I care. I think it's actually a little bit too close to Inter Miami, which is one of our biggest rivals in the MLS franchise, and so it could be confusing. We are getting a lot of comments on social about
But
it.
Inter Miami isn't the name of the stadium. It's
No.
the name of the team.
Right, but it sounds like maybe they staged a coup and now own our stadium. Is what some people are saying, and I
it's a
feel
different-
that could be. I could hear that argument.
Yeah. But it's a different etymology of where the. I think I'm using that right.
I-
Where the terms
I
come
was
from.
impressed by you throwing it out there
Yeah,
in
yeah,
conversation.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Etymology, that isn't the study of snakes.
No, I thought it was study of bugs.
It-
No, it's a word origin.
I know. I'm kidding. It's good. It's good for them. It's good that they have more money to play with. You know, they brought in 2 new smaller owners. I can't remember, but who they are. I think one of them's a reality TV star.
I guess I'm a little curious when they sort of have a name for a stadium, then they dump the name. It's because of the contract and how long the contracts are, but it doesn't really give me any time to like get to know Exploria because they were only that was the name of it for like what 4 years, 3 years.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, they didn't. Whenever they listed it on Facebook as an event, they always called it the Orlando City Stadium instead of Exploria Stadium on there. And I knew that because I had to input their games into our calendar, and I just kept thinking, whoever their social media person is, they could be costing a contract right
That's
here.
possibly Exploria's fault because they need to check up on
That's
that. And be
called
like, hey,
brand
guys.
awareness.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and it's also like you guys need to do this our way because we're paying for it.
Like with Life, the
Yes.
new exhibit coming
Yes.
up at the Science Center. There's a name right for the
Yes.
sponsor,
Life, presented by Dr. Sarah Layton,
who was on the board.
who was on the board, and she made the largest individual donation in Science Center
oh,
history.
yeah, you got to make
Which
sure
is
you
crazy.
give her props.
Have you heard
have
about
not.
the Life
Oh,
exhibit?
yeah.
We're-
No, I
it's
have.
under
Yeah.
construction right
Yeah,
now. It
I've
will
seen the
open later
photos.
this spring. It's going to be amazing.
There's like a walk-through greenhouse with giant trees, but there'll be tortoises walking around,
walking
and
around.
monkeys
Yep,
and
sloth
parrots.
hanging in the tree,
Yeah.
tamarin monkeys up in the tree.
So don't do mushrooms before you go to the
no,
science.
it'll freak you out.
If you do, don't tell
Be sa-
anybody.
be
Yeah.
safe, kids.
You're gonna have to close that for the Science Night Live
Yeah,
event.
Science Night Live with Life. That'll be Life.
Science of mushrooms. Maybe you
Yeah.
could have that. at
Well,
the
you know,
science-
we are exploring all aspects of science.
Psilocybin
We know
Saturdays.
the Science John is interested.
But you could keep the aquarium open. That'd be cool. Yeah, I actually hung out with the people who y'all recruited. The person in charge of the life stuff and the animal programming used to be with a larger amusement
Yes.
park here
Yes.
locally.
and related to marine life.
Yeah.
Speaking of drugs, do you guys still do the laser show? Do you guys still do the laser show?
What
at the science center?
what a segue. We do a winter show, so it's all like winter holiday music. We do a 4th of July show. It's all patriotic music. It's all very family friendly. I keep encouraging them
I think you should go
to
back
go
to
back
the Pink
to the
Floyd
old
one.
classic ones.
I'm about to say something controversial
Go
here,
ahead.
Jeff.
Oh,
and
that's
you could shut us
shocking.
down. Well, yeah, right. It happens sometimes. You can bleep it out if we want to, but we're starting to work more with some cannabis companies. Could we do a buyout and do a smoke
doesn't
event?
wanna be part of
I
that.
will connect you to my facility rental
That's a
people.
no.
And you
That's a
can
no. He
have
doesn't-
the
he doesn't wanna be part of
conversation,
No, that's a maybe.
on,
All right,
off.
it's a
That's
kids.
a
it's a
hard
off
maybe
thing.
because
I would
we're putting
say
them on the spot.
they
you
do
know,
adult events
the
all the time,
discussions
John.
that you have with our facility rental people that happen
Yeah.
after hours.
Not
An
our route,
after-hour event,
Yes.
ticketed,
Led Zeppelin,
sponsored by
Pink
a cannabis
Floyd,
company,
laser
and then
show.
you watch the laser show with a Pink Floyd laser
It
show.
was,
was
I will
amazing.
say it was
Yes.
pretty awesome. I don't
It
really
is
like. I'm not-
it is an awesome. The laser show is awesome, and
Let's
if
do
you
it.
grew up here in Orlando,
Write it down.
You went to the Pink Floyd Laser Light Show at Orlando Science Center. It's kind of a little bit of our history.
It was fun.
But
It
I
was
will
fun.
tell
Yeah.
you, the equipment that we have is rather old. It's in need of an upgrade.
That makes it better.
That
I
does
feel
make
like.
it
one,
better.
That's one of the reasons we haven't shown it so much. The other thing
No,
is
we don't want
the
it to-
Pink
No,
Floyd.
you don't want it to be good.
Let's good to know.
No,
you're
I'm telling you.
You're all right.
I'm just saying, if you make it a
Did
special
you just
event,
say it's not good?
no,
Yeah.
it's not like
But,
kids today will not be impressed by a laser light
No,
show.
but
They're
a
like,
stoner
Yeah.
who likes Pink
Exactly.
Floyd would love it.
Exactly.
I would tell you when we were doing the shows, what we did see is we saw a lot of parents bringing their kids because they wanted to share that experience with
yeah,
their
and
kids.
the kids are like
The whole-
boring.
my kid was like, it's loud. The lights don't do anything.
The lights don't do
yeah,
anything.
yeah. It's like
Yeah, they
he's
move
he's
around.
used to 3D and
Yeah.
immersive reality and
It's
you know
fun
the,
though. I think you
I
can
used to
market it
paint
as
lasers,
like
the
a
lasers
retro
sta-
thing.
the nostalgia of it, and it's something that I think we could bring back to Science
I
Night
agree.
Live.
I agree.
We are also looking at raising money to improve the Cinedome as part of the same campaign that led to the Life exhibit. And one of the things that would do is allow us to do really cool laser light shows.
All right.
Something to think about.
What's next?
What's the okay? IKEA is reopening their Swedish restaurant over on by Millennia.
I didn't know it was closed.
It was closed. It closed during the pandemic. You
The
know,
one on the second floor there.
on the second floor because everyone loved their Swedish meatballs. You could go and have some meatballs.
what are
but
they?
You could
What are
do it
those
again.
made out of? Do you know?
Swedish babies. I don't know.
I think there's some urban legends about what some of those
Maybe.
meatballs
Like
are made out
moose?
of.
Yeah, I would.
Oh.
You know what? Don't be knocking. the
Allegedly.
meatballs.
I've never had them. Have you had them?
They are
I've
good.
had
Are
'em.
they good?
They are very good. There's a lot of times we would go to IKEA just to eat there and get the meatballs.
I've been there. I've had the meatballs.
So it's been
there.
closed this whole time?
It's been closed. They renovated it. It looks even bigger and better now. 240 people can dine there now, and it's going to be open every day. And it's known for its
every
Swedish
time I
meatball
eat there,
plate.
I feel like I'm on vacation. It's
You
like
do?
It's like I'm in Sweden. I feel like this is how they eat in Sweden.
So besides the meatballs, like
It's
what
very
else is
sandy.
there?
they've got salad, they've got soup, they've got cake.
It's like a cafeteria setup.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've just never been
It
like,
all-
I'm
it's-
hungry
it's
enough
like-
to eat there.
And it makes you feel like you're living inside an IKEA catalog.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Yeah,
It's-
I think
to
it looks
me,
really
it's like
cool.
eating at Costco. It's just really not.
Do you
my
want me to
thing.
see if I can get us invited to do a radio show there?
If they want me to come out and eat there, I will.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking it. It might
If
be
we
great.
get
I'm
comped
just,
meatballs.
It's actually a pretty cool place to eat, and the meatballs are good.
I actually thought it was kind of pretty. It looks like an airport, kind of.
I mean,
It
you're
does
probably
feel-
super starving
should do
after you've
airport
been
restaurants.
wandering through IKEA trying to
Yeah.
figure out your way how
There
to get
is
out.
something soul sapping about the experience of walking through IKEA.
Oh, yeah, absolutely,
I try to
absolutely.
just
I feel
Scoot.
eating in that restaurant makes me feel like I'm in like a Swedish TV show or something. Like that girl with the dragon tattoo. Like
Oh,
they had
I
a
get that.
restaurant, that's where they'd eat.
we should dress like that with Scandinavian minimalism and just show up. And,
I think you're onto something. The big ideas are popping all over the
yeah,
place.
they
right
have
now.
big heavy metal bands there too. You could do like
Where?
a Scandi.
in Scandinavia?
Yeah.
I was just talking about black metal earlier today.
You were?
Uh-huh.
What were you saying about
Might
it?
be designing some T-shirts that look like black metal.
Oh,
shirts.
that's fun.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Throw in some meatballs and
Yeah, and call it a day. That's a
Yeah.
whole experience. You could have a black metal Swedish meatball dinner. What
I
if it's
think-
a Swedish meatball impersonator, or meatloaf impersonator,
Oh, meatloaf.
and then we eat
R.I.P..
meatballs? Is that a thing? I wonder if there's a Swedish meatloaf
Or
And
it
then
could
we'll-
be
impersonator.
Wad
and
from
then,
Aqua Team
and then we'll do
Underforce.
laser light shows and we'll just bring it all together.
I think we're just brilliant.
Can you put
together.
anything on the laser light show, or does
And-
it have to be?
Oh, that's an
choreographed
excellent
it's
question.
Like the laser light shows that we have right now,
Like a
are
Teddy
kinda-
Ruxpin.
are pre-programmed.
Okay.
But
oh
if
yeah, I do
we-
remember.
If we raise the money we want to renovate everything, then we
Ooh.
can create our own show.
Oh, okay. Because I remember
Wow.
like there's the Pink Floyd one where it's like showing the money and
Yeah.
it's doing the change machine and yeah,
Oh, like when you time it to Wizard of Oz and you hit play.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
and
I
the
mean there's a
cash
whole
register
show at
machine
Pink
comes
Floyd
on.
that goes with the songs they're singing.
Okay. I want to do that. You also have a great movie theater.
We have an amazing movie theater. We have 2 movie theaters at the Science Center.
Hmm.
You've got the giant screen Cinedome that's
Yeah.
8 stories tall,
Which I've
is
never been
amazing.
to.
You need to.
Yeah.
We need to come. You need to
Okay.
check it out. And then we got a 3D theater that's pretty cool.
Maybe 3D.
Yes.
Did you do Dune? Isn't Dune in 3D?
Well, you don't get like those movies, right?
We don't get the Hollywood stuff. It's mainly we're doing a lot of short form documentaries, stuff that is made by like Nat
Science and
Geo
stuff.
and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Exactly.
But you could rent it out and do your own
Yeah, we
screenings.
could definitely. It is a theater stand. We could run digital film. We have
I have
done
so many
Hollywood in the
questions.
past. Brendan's just kind of thinking all kinds of ideas on how he can take over the science.
Well,
center.
I'm always trying to think of ways
He's
that we
just
can
trying to
work
figure out
with
ways to
people.
smoke pot at different places
an idea
around
man.
Central Florida.
We-
Honestly,
We are launching I have to say,
medical.
on the 24th, we're launching a medical marijuana
See?
yoga event. It's called Yoga High.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be falling asleep after the first downward dog.
Yeah, and that's fine. If that's how you do your yoga, that's cool, man. But it's sponsored by Cookies, and on the 24th,
That's a place that you can buy.
it's
medical
a cannabis
marijuana.
dispensary. You can pre-order your medicine, and it will be waiting for you at check-in. So you show up at the Acre on the 24th.
Which
I'll
is
be
in
there.
College Park.
You have to have your medical marijuana card to get in, and you can smoke. And we're gonna have an expert there to tell you all about it. It'll
Are
be
you
super
the
fun.
expert?
No, Mandy Harlan. She's a medical marijuana mentor. We'll walk you through it, and then we have an amazing yoga teacher, Yogi Sarah Bennett. She's going to walk people through the workshop, and then
Cool.
you can hang out and
Are
drum
you
circle
smoking
at the
while you're
bonfire.
yogaing
Yeah.
in?
Yeah. If you're into that.
That is
Anyway,
very Big Lebowski.
it is. Which, not to bury the lead, but I am an ordained minister. I'm a Dudist priest.
Are you?
Yeah. So if you ever
Nice.
need me to marry you, let me know.
You can officiate your own wedding.
We
And
could.
Did you wear like the the bathrobe and the sunglasses.
I haven't done it yet,
Yeah.
but I'd like to.
He's not a practicing dude.
Oh, not a practicing dude.
No,
Got it.
well,
no
at
white
home.
Russians.
No White Russians.
right.
I'm a little lactose
I
intolerant.
overdid it on those.
We got to go to break. We're here at Brewlando with our friend Jeff from the Science Center, and they're hosting a beer festival this Saturday.
From the DeWitt Law Firm, it's the official attorney of Bungalower and the Bus. It's Mo DeWitt, and this is Mo in a Minute. Mo, my man!
How's it going, John?
I am great. But I don't think I need uninsured motorist coverage. Is that a smart move?
That's a fool's move, sir. Most important coverage you can have. We talked about it many, many times. Because in Florida, you don't have to have bodily injury coverage, which means someone can hit you and hurt you and not have coverage to cover the injuries that they caused to you. And that's why you need uninsured motorist coverage. So get your insurance app, add it. Just be a safe person.
I will. I like that. Good advice, Mo.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, Mo. And always remember, injured on the go, just call Mo. Welcome back to Bungalower and the Bus. I'm the Bus, John Busdeker.
And I'm just happy to be here. Brendan O'Connor from Bungalower.com. And we got a couple guests right now. We got what are you laughing about?
I was gonna. Never mind.
We got Jeff.
I'm trying. I got people. I have guests here, so I'm trying to be.
We
good.
have guests.
We
here.
have guests
it's
here.
Our collective show,
true.
John.
Yeah.
We are professionals.
Until you pass on, and then I'm taking
Inevitably.
over.
Sounds like foreshadowing.
Mhm.
I'm not drinking anything you give me unless it's got a cap on it. We have two guests with us today. We have Jeff from Orlando Science Center.
Hey there.
Hey, and Victoria from Brewlando.
Hi.
Which is
Hey.
where we are tonight.
Yeah, it's a massive, sprawling beer complex here.
Yeah.
I don't even know what street. We're on Hoffner?
Hoffner.
Hoffner.
So near-ish to the airport.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So wait, Victoria, tell us all about this place.
Yeah, what is this place?
So Brewlando has been here for 2 years now. We brew all of our beers in-house, and we like to do everything the right way, the proper way.
What's that mean?
We make everything nice and clean, simple, the way beer should be.
Okay.
And our brewer, Dalton, is phenomenal.
Good name.
He has come in. He's given us some great IPAs on draft, some great Belle Isle Blondes, some great lagers. It's just he's done a great job. And when you come here and you like a type of beer, you're going to get the best of that type of beer.
I always hear about you guys. You're not traditionally in our downtown coverage area, so I haven't been able to come over.
It's
I
a
live
little
in a bubble.
far away from downtown.
But not that
no,
far.
Not that
How
far.
long did it take you? 30
20
minutes?
No, good. If there wasn't traffic, 20 minutes.
Yeah, so not bad.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
Well-
right off of Cimarron.
Yeah.
Well, if you take the Hoffner route, you get a beautiful sightseeing tour of Belle
There you
Isle
go.
the whole time.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, we know the
Downtown.
mayor. We know the
Cows.
mayor of Belle
We
Isle.
do know the mayor of Belle Isle.
Yeah.
You go through Belle Isle, you get a Belle Isle Blonde when you get here.
Belle Isle Blonde. That sounds
that's a
great.
beer, not a person.
Not a person?
Yeah.
I want to be the Belle Isle Blonde. Is that a shirt?
It could be.
It
It
could-
should be.
Do you all sell it yet?
You know what? I'm gonna right now. I'll order that.
You
for
better,
you.
because I'm yelling at Mike right now to write it down. Belle Isle Blonde.
So wait,
That'd be so
I
funny.
see a stage here. What do you guys do here with this stage?
Yeah.
Well, we are in the middle of getting a ton of live music. We want to do
Oh.
live bands. We actually are in the works of probably bringing in a comedy show, improv comedy show. We have a School of Rock event coming up on Sunday.
Oh, they're so
Nice.
good.
Yeah.
It's mostly girls, right? Isn't it like a girl class?
I think it's a mixture of both.
Okay. Did I make
There
that
is
up?
there's a girls rock camp.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. No,
As
right,
long as
right.
you're not thinking of the movie School of Rock, we're on the same
That
page.
also, but yeah. Was this an airplane hangar?
It was not. No, it's just an industrial warehouse.
I wonder what they had in here.
We just made it really pretty.
It's really pretty. I like it a lot. We'll take pictures.
Right.
We're going to make a little video so people can see it all.
Yeah, we host events here all the time.
Where can people follow you guys?
So we have social media. We are on Instagram at Brewlando. We're on Facebook at Brewlando.
And he used to be called Castle Church,
Well, there was a
Castle
place here,
Church,
if you're
yeah.
familiar with that. I
right?
don't-
Which was
yeah.
a totally different concept.
Whole different thing. There was something occurred, and our owners actually took the opportunity and then make They made lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah, that's
and that's
fine.
what they did, and
Out
that's
of
why we got
Lutheran
with
lemons.
Brewlando.
Lemonade from Lutheran lemons. And then look at it. It's beautiful. I love it.
And
Victoria,
Brew-
thanks so much
and
for having us.
Brewlando will be at Science on Tap on Saturday.
Cool.
What are y'all serving?
Beers.
Beers. You know what? You got to come to our tent to find out exactly which beers, and I promise you won't be disappointed.
Well, I'll tell you right now, there better be a Belle Isle Blonde on tap.
We will work on that.
I think that's going to
well
happen.
Noted.
Okay. I have things to say. Do you want to, Victoria, do you want to stick around and talk about news with us?
I can hang out with you
Want to
guys.
do
All
that?
So you sucker them in.
I don't want to go too hard, but we will eventually talk about a tough one about one of your neighbors there.
You don't have to
at
say
Lock
anything you
Haven
don't want
Park.
to say.
So we'll get into that. But let's talk about bike lanes.
Oh, yeah.
This is a big story for us this weekend.
I'm a biker. I bike around.
Do you use the bike lanes when they're there?
I do. When I'm on busy streets like
Okay.
Edgewater, I will,
Do
definitely.
you generally feel safer when you're in a bike lane?
I do, because I at least have a little bit of room where I would hope people won't hit me.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. I
Mm-hmm.
was I was on Tom and Dan last Friday, and I took a line bike home. I was like, I'm going to have fun.
That's a hike for you.
Not bad, though.
you know.
Yeah, and it's an e-bike, you know, so you got some
okay.
kick
You don't
to
really
it.
got halfway. You got to
Yeah,
work.
I'd probably die if I had to do it myself, but thank God for the electric assistance.
Science.
And I
Science making your life better.
Science
man.
did
well,
make my life
if
better.
Science, pedaling can make your life better.
It could if I
Don't
worked.
distract from the
How dare
science,
you.
John.
How dare you make me work hard for my body?
Exercise is science,
No,
too.
I need Ozempic and I need electric bikes to make my life better.
All right, continue. So you were in a bike lane
And I
going
was.
through Audubon Park.
Going through Audubon Park, and they have a new one on Corinne, and I was like, "Oh, I want to make sure I use that and just see what it's like." And I encountered a car just parked in the middle of the bike lane, so I took a sassy little photo
Yeah,
and
you
I put
did.
it up
Yeah.
on the social media, and
Yeah,
I
you
said,
did.
"And I didn't say anything crazy. I think
You
I
said,
just
get
said,
out of my bike lane.
No, I said.
Essentially, you
No,
said get
well,
out of my
I
bike
did,
lane.
but I said like spoiler alert or public service announcement. You can't park your car in a bike lane, and people went crazy.
I don't know. I don't understand why people went crazy. Like you shouldn't park in a bike
Well,
lane.
some people were like, cussing at us about just cyclists, and then other people were like, I would be confused about that too. And I was like, what do you mean you'd be confused? It's painted green and has a bike on it. And I said that, but then
I saw the one comment.
There
that
were so many
it's not
comments.
a natural bike lane.
yeah, some guy said, well, that's an unnatural bike lane. And I was like, well, what's a natural
I almost
bike lane?
responded to that. I was going
What?
to say, was it supposed to have been here since like the Ice Age?
What are you talking about?
Well, you
What
know,
is a natural
Unnatural
bike
Bike Lane is actually my band name.
Oh,
I'll be performing here next week.
I like that.
Yep, we actually booked him.
It's very punk, very progressive rock.
Yeah, our big song is "Don't Park Here."
Don't park here. I'm biking here. So I did a survey, just a quick little Instagram survey, asking our Instagram followers, does this look like a bike lane to you? 53% of the people on our Instagram who participated said, no, it does not look
What-
like a
But
bike
do,
lane.
but do they know what a bike lane looks
They
like?
don't. And we were getting messages from people. They're like, I don't know if this does not look like a
Well,
bike
what does
lane.
it look like then?
Smart people. Your friend Shirag said
didn't
he'd
know?
be confused and he'd park his car there. And
Is
I
it
was
because
like,
it was green?
green, and there's a little bit of a rail. It's actually protected. It's like this swoopy looking little design
Yeah,
thing.
a little
And there's
wavy
signs.
rail, yeah.
And the curbs are painted yellow. So like all the signs are there that tell you not park your bike. So then
But it
I wrote a
doesn't
little
say
op-ed
park,
about
but it doesn't say park my car here.
Yeah.
Like that. I feel like I've parked my car in a lot of places, and if I saw a bunch of green stuff, I'd be like, I
Those
probably shouldn't park
businesses that
here.
are on Corinne don't have a lot of parking, and so they are very upset with the city for taking their street parking away.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually, allegedly, I'm guessing here, all signs are pointing to some of these businesses just telling their people to park
Just
there.
park there.
Just park there. We don't get tons of cyclists. They can just go around your car. You'll be fine. So there's a struggle right now with that particular corridor because they will be making that permanent eventually. They're just going to have to deal with it.
Well, I mean, you should probably have consequences if you park in a bike lane, like a ticket. But I don't know
They're
if their
too busy.
ticket-
We
I'm
don't have
saying-
enough police
I don't think they
officers
take.
out
Well,
there.
it's probably not their highest priority.
Yeah.
But they're probably not ticketing anybody who parks
You
there.
could park down the street and then use your bike in the bike lane to get where you got to go.
Or
Hop
use
on a
those-
scooter
or
for
use
that
your
last mile
legs.
if you have to
Right?
park far.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Which
I
you don't
agree.
like doing. You love parking far away and,
And walking.
It's your favorite. You were meant for New York.
You and that exercise.
I know. What are you trying to live forever? Healthfully,
Mr. Fit.
with all your
with your
faculties.
exercise.
Gosh.
We can talk about that. I know
Let's talk
he's
about it.
neighbors. He doesn't have to say anything.
Okay, you don't have to say about things about this stuff. You don't want to. But Orlando Museum of Art,
Which is a neighbor to the Science Center.
it is. They're
Under
one of the-
different leadership.
They're one of the Lock Haven Park entities, arts and culture entities that call that park home.
Yeah.
They were in the news recently.
We
'cause-
can't go through the whole history. It would take too long.
No, but as a result of the ongoing Basquiat controversy of exhibiting fake Basquiat paintings,
Allegedly.
no, it's been
They're
proven.
fake. Okay.
It's in the FBI documents,
All
right?
right,
Like
all
it's
right.
been. Can we say that? We
I
don't
think
say allegedly
so. No,
anymore.
I think so. You're probably right.
If it's public record, you could say it.
Yeah,
It's
right.
probably been proven that they're fake.
No, Victoria said we can
All
say
right,
it,
all
and
right.
it was.
Well,
They said it's been proven.
Come after Victoria for
Front house
trouble.
manager.
It's Victoria's fault. Front house manager Victoria said we can say. Matt Palm did a follow up because
He's a reporter at the Sentinel.
he is, and the New York Times also did a follow up article as well, saying like the financial state of the museum and how they're in hot water. They got a lot of money to make up for. Maybe and they need to repair their roof. Their roof estimate just to replace their roof $7 million.
Wow. It's a big building.
It is. I actually thought they were part of a free lease agreement with the city of Orlando, but in Matt Palm's article it says that they own it. And
They
if
probably
anything
gotta
ever
do-
happens,
Yeah, go
and,
ahead.
and they default or something, then it reverts back to the city. Is what it said in that
They
article.
probably can't just slap a bunch of tar on it and say we're fixing the roof because there's priceless art in there.
AC things.
Yeah, they got to do.
and-
They got to
Yeah.
go above and beyond when it comes to it. So I
but
can see
because
where that
of the
number
costs,
would work.
that resulted
Legal
from
costs.
of having to, they had to hire an expert to go through all their emails to get all of the data for the FBI, and
Probably
that's
donors
money.
pulling back a little
Donors pulling back. I don't know. They had to hire an expert to crisis communications person.
bit. $140,000.
Yeah, we know them too.
I would not want to be that PR person.
No.
Well, that's how.
That's what they
that's
love
how
doing.
they make their money.
That's
though.
their speciality.
Yeah. They don't care.
Yeah,
I mean, I
100
don't say they don't care. That's how they make their money. So
They care enough to
charge.
charge.
Yeah. I mean, there's a business for that. So don't get me wrong.
I'll be honest though, like given their endowment, like how many paintings they have in their collection, and what they make for the Council of 101, which is 101 women, allegedly. I think there's a couple more, but it was founded.
I thought maybe there was a men in there.
No, maybe yeah, like me, just probably a couple gays in there that count. They can raise that money. I would
Hopefully.
imagine.
So
and-
this
and
is
not
something I
too-
brought up to you yesterday when we were chatting at Scotty's birthday.
like
is-
$500,000 isn't that?
Is there ever a world where they start looking at their assets at the museum and say, you know what, we have a 2 million, 4 million, 5 million, whatever number you want to pick shortfall this year.
Yeah.
We might need to sell some of this stuff.
Unless I think a majority of the things that they have in their collection are on loan.
Okay, but
So I
they
don't
might
think they
own
a lot
some
of it.
things.
Yeah, like the
And-
Nick Cave sound suit is probably worth.
I only
a
bring
good
this
million.
up because there have been other museums in the United States that have had troubling times, and they said,
Yeah.
we can't raise the money. We have all this art.
I
We're
think
not
they
supposed to
they're
sell
not
it.
at that point where they want to.
I'm
and
sure-
I think what
well,
happened
these
with
other
Matt
museums
Palm
didn't-
and New York Times is that it got flagged because they're reaching out to the county and the city for assistance.
These other museums didn't want to. This was their last resort, according to them.
Yeah.
And so I know of two in particular. One ended up not going through with it because the Tri-County area stepped up and said, we'll give you money. But they were going to sell, in Detroit, they were going to sell tons of their art because the city was bankrupt, and the city's like, we own this as a city.
Wow,
And
the
we're going to
city was
sell
gonna
this.
sell it.
Yeah, because they didn't have any money. But
Okay.
then eventually the county stepped up and gave them some money. Another one where my wife went to college, they didn't have as much money either, and they were struggling financially. They ended up selling like 4 or 5 pieces, and they'll never get them back. They'll
I don't
never
want
get
to,
those places
nothing
back.
against Matt, but I think the article's a little extreme in the immediacy of it because now people are reading it thinking that maybe OMA's going to close. I don't think it's that bad.
I don't think so. It's probably not that
Yeah.
bad.
I know it's dramatic because there's been a call for like a change in board of directors, They lost. Actually, they lost their development person.
Oh, but I
Swapped
found somebody
over
who's
to
going to
History
donate
Center.
money, and I got choices.
You know,
I might not pick them right now because of what they've gone through.
I know they're marketing people. I like what they're doing.
This sounds like it would be a great episode on Parks and Rec.
It'd be a great Parks and Rec. Awesome reference, Victoria. And you were nervous to do this.
All
You're
right,
already
what else
killing
we
it.
got? What else we got?
Well, on the opposite side of that, for people who are maybe charging a little too much for the things they're doing, what do you think about this, John? Our friend Bruno Zucchini.
I was at Pizza Bruno on Friday and Saturday. I went 2 days in a row.
Bruno the Meanie Zucchini. He's having a pizza workshop for Valentine's Day where you can learn how to make heart-shaped pizzas from scratch.
You guys like pizza?
Of course, we like pizza.
Okay.
Right?
All
Who doesn't
I don't-
like
well,
pizza?
let's let Victoria answer.
right.
We don't want to speak for her.
Who doesn't love pizza?
There you go.
Right?
Good. Because if you
Monsters.
didn't,
Yeah.
you didn't,
You know.
we'd kick you off the show.
We
Right?
would. So you can make your own wood-fired pizza from scratch.
I've made
And then
pizza. I used to work at
But
Chuck
you gotta
E.
have a
Cheese.
wood fire to do
Wood
that.
fired.
right?
Well, yeah, but you get access to his for
That's
it.
where you send your fiance out to go get the wood.
Yeah, after you commit, you try this first. You dabble, dip your toe in it, make sure you like it, and then you get at the end of the workshop, and it went well, and maybe you made out after because it was so romantic. Then you invest in the pizza oven for ongoing,
Okay.
sexy date
Elaborate
nights.
backstory there.
Yeah, you need that first. You need to prove that it's going to work before you put in the effort. But you get snacks and drinks and things.
This is an event they're doing.
But I want to know if you would pay this ticket price. $300 for 2 people. All the snacks and drinks you can have, and then you learn from scratch how to make a heart-shaped pizza with Bruno Zucchini from
If
Pizza
I
Bruno.
really want to learn how to make heart-shaped pizza,
Uh-huh.
then it's worth the investment.
Do you?
I feel like there's a
You'd have to
YouTube
say, Jeff.
video
Oh, there you go.
Of how to do it?
Of how to do it. Maybe the
Yeah.
experience.
I was going to say
I
that.
mean,
I think
let's
we're
be
in a
honest.
world now where we're all looking for experience.
Experience.
Okay, let's be honest. It's literally
if-
making a round pizza and just making a little
if we
divot
were
at
on
the
The
top
Price
of it.
is Right, I would retail this at $100.
All right,
$100
all right.
for 2 people.
Yes.
Yeah, not
Yes.
$300
No.
for 2 people.
No.
But it's really good pizza.
It is
It's
really good pizza.
It's
And
good
Bruno,
pizza. I
I'll
like
tell you
Bruno.
what,
And
his
maybe,
whole family
maybe there's
was in the
something I'm
circus.
missing.
Like
Yeah.
they all have. He's got weird, crazy family circus stories to tell. He's very charismatic. I actually think you're paying for a chef's experience,
And that's great. And that's great.
That's phenomenal. Yeah.
But,
Okay.
I will. You and I did a Valentine's Day dinner.
Oh, we
years
did.
ago,
I was like, what
years
did we
ago.
do? I thought you were hitting on me. Just
No,
now.
no. And it was 11 courses.
16.
Was it 16
Wow.
courses?
Yeah,
I don't
of
think it was
hearts.
that many. It was all
Everything
was
was
made out of
hearts.
hearts.
I
So,
didn't even
like,
take 16 courses in college.
It was like
Not one of
duck-
those 2-year deals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was like beef heart and
Did
duck
have
heart.
a lot of pizza, though. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
what, was it
Same.
literal hearts or
Yeah.
figurative hearts?
No, it was like
literal.
animal hearts, artichoke hearts, hearts of palm.
Yeah, anything hearts. And our tickets were like $100. Remember?
Yeah, they were mad though because we didn't budget in tips. Remember we didn't.
Oh, yeah.
we
Well,
messed
that's
that
here
up.
nor there.
Almost.
But like, what I'm saying is, it was a whole night of courses and
Yeah.
meals, and so
and hearts.
I hope this sells out. I love Pizza Bruno. Like I said, I was there twice this weekend. It's just to me, it's a little high.
What if
to make
what,
some pizza?
What if Pizza Bruno was in the middle of a fancy retail shop? Would
It's
that
just
help?
Pizza is literally dough, cheese,
Well, wait, I have a
it's
tangent.
flour,
This is my
tomato sauce, and cheese.
egg.
No, you don't
and
put
love.
Egg. You don't put egg in the
Well,
dough.
an egg, one
You do,
egg
like
costs
pasta.
like $6
Yeah.
right now. So
Yeah,
you know,
right?
there, that's
Alright,
the $300.
All right.
He can't. He has eggs at home. He has chickens, but he can't eat their eggs because
Actually, they haven't been laying lately.
Yeah, because they're sad. Because you don't eat them. They're like, what's even the point? Why am I making eggs if you're not eating them? The reason I brought up the retail thing was because Tommy Bahama has added a bar/restaurant to their Winter Park Village location.
That place is new too, right?
It is.
Yeah.
We're going to be one of 6 Tommy Bahama Marlin Bar restaurant locations. I must have messed that
Wasn't
name
there
up.
one at
Oh,
Point?
no, you got that right.
Did I get right?
You got that right.
Okay,
Wasn't there
thank
one
you.
at Point Orlando?
No.
There was. No, there was.
With the bar in
I'm
it?
pretty sure.
Why do you have to question me
I'm
on
just-
the
I'm
radio
fact-checking
in front
you.
of all of our
In fact,
fans?
both of our fans will not care that I
They're
fact-check
here.
you.
You go. Drop some knowledge, John.
Drop some knowledge.
Pretty sure they had one at Point Orlando.
Well,
Not-
it's opening on January 30th. This one in Winter Park Village, and it looks very fancy. They sent some pictures.
I was just out there at Winter Park Village. It
Yeah,
looks great out
I call
there.
it divorced dad chic. Like if he owns a boat, he's gonna like Tommy Bahama shirts. It's a given.
I went and
pretty
saw
spot on.
Godzilla -1. It was great. It was so good. Go see it. Did you go see it?
The movie.
I have not seen it, but I have friends
It's
that
so
see it who
good.
say it's really
It's
awesome.
great.
What
Yeah,
is that tangent? Where did that come from?
It's at Winter
Oh, 'cause
Park
of
Village.
Winter
I
Park
saw it at
Village?
the Regal
it's
Winter
all
Park.
geography. It's
Okay.
where we're geo-fenced here.
We went to a weird place in Lake Mary was that last week?
That was just last week. Yeah.
And we went to it was like Winter
Vinery
Park
it was
Village,
called.
but in Lake Mary, and I still don't know how we got there.
Oh, the new wine place.
yeah.
that's,
No, it's been there a long
Orlando.
time.
He said it's been there forever.
Yeah, this is up in Lake Mary called
Oh,
the,
okay.
the Winery.
Yeah,
the,
I don't
no,
know.
the Vinery.
Anyway,
Yeah, anyway.
just crazy. Solar Bears is hosting a beer festival on March 1st, so you could do Science on tap first this weekend, and then head on over and do the one on March 1st.
Speaking of the Solar Bears, we got our whiteout game on the 27th.
That'll be good.
Come to that. You got to dress all in white. The whole stadium's going to be in white.
I swear, to God, every time I hear White House
I
game, I'm
know.
like, I think it's an office, like it's sponsored by Staples.
It's sponsored by Mo DeWitt,
Yeah, it is.
injury attorney.
And you
Injured
you
on the
wear
go.
all white,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to give out white shirts if you're there
All
early.
the players are going to be wearing all white jerseys.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Should be fun.
probably white underwear.
Who knows?
Yeah, I would
probably
assume.
no underwear.
Probably no underwear.
You're not going to want to eat pizza at that one.
No. I'll be honest, I went to Hawker's yesterday in my nice new expensive Orlando Magic Duvin collab sweater.
You spilled food on it?
And I had soup dumplings and
You
it
can't.
exploded all over my
What are you doing?
fancy sweatshirt.
Why don't you wear a bib?
I probably should just in life.
You know, I'm not allowed to wear white either. So.
You're not?
No,
Oh,
I'm,
that's good.
I'm on that game.
Like forget Labor Day.
I
Then you
like
got-
to leave food for leftovers.
in my big old beard. Do you want to know some stories we're working
Yeah,
on?
but we got to hurry.
All right. The Strand in Mills 50 has expanded into the British shop. It's
Mm-hmm.
an old British store that closed. They took it over because they're right next door, and they're going to have a new sister
Go back
operation.
to England.
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
this is America.
Taking our jobs and serving up bangers and mash. They have a new business called DBA. I think it's doing business as.
Oh.
And I don't know much about it. So
All
we'll
right.
be writing about that very soon. Sorikara is that new fancy Japanese/European concept that's moving into Baldwin Park right on the lake. That's going to be fancy. And Bin Bong is this new Asian concept that's going at Mills and 50 and the old I Fix Your Eyes space. They just painted it. They're the ones that got a little bit of hot water because the owner painted over the
Pulse
49
mural.
Pulse. Yeah,
He didn't know, though.
he didn't know. He bought the building. It just looked like a bunch of.
Probably might have
Parrots.
asked the question, like, what is this? But
Wow.
anyway.
Public art is ephemeral. It comes and it goes. You can't
All right.
hold people.
We
against
got. Speaking of coming and going,
it. We got to go. We're out of here.
well, thank you to Jeff.
Yes.
Thanks
Yeah.
for and come to the
Science on tap this Saturday.
Yes, Science on Tap, OSC.org. Science on Tap, get your tickets.
If you're listening to the podcast and it's Saturday, put on your pants.
And
Hurry up.
get on down there.
Head on over.
And
Victoria,
thank you
thanks
to
for having
Victoria
us.
for having us here at Beerlando.
Thank you,
Yes,
thank you
thank
guys
you.
for being here.
Brewlando, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to
Brewlando.
correct
Thank
you.
you for being
Beerlando.
part of
You did.
Science on Tap.
Yeah, make sure when you go to Science on Tap that you swing by the Brewlando stand, get yourself
Go
a Belle
say
Isle
hi.
Blonde.
Get that Belle Isle Blonde.
Say, hey, Brendan told me to have a Belle Isle Blonde.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.